Hi all, this is Yashika. So today in this video, I'll be analyzing my resume which got shortlisted in companies like Microsoft, Google, Salesforce, and we'll also be sharing few tips with you all that you can follow to make a good resume for yourself. And a good news for you all, I have recently opened a Telegram community where I review resumes of people for free and also share about some upcoming opportunities in technology. So if you want to get benefits of that, you can join this community. The link of this community is given in the description of this video. You can go and join it out. Also within this community, I have reviewed around 50 plus resumes by now. So I have seen some common mistakes people have been doing. So I'll be discussing about those things as well. So stay tuned. Now, before sharing my resume with you all, let me share a very common mistake that I have seen people doing is copying the entire format some XYZ person has been using. Trust me, that's not gonna help you in any way. Why? Because there might be a person who has a very good experience in their previous internships. So they might add those experience on the top of their resume. But it might be the case that you don't have a very good experience. You might have a non-technical job experience. So adding that on the top is not really helpful. So add those things on the top of your resume which you think that are your strengths. That could be your CGPA, that could be your skills, that could be your projects. So add those things on the top of your resume which you find are your strengths that could help you stand out from other applicants. Why am I saying this repeatedly? Because see, for many companies, the recruiters will look at your resume for very few seconds, and within those seconds they won't be able to look at the entire resume of yours. So those things which stands you out, which are your little strengths, if they are kept on the top, it will help the recruiters find the best of your resume first, and the chances of your resume getting shortlisted increases. So do add things that are more relevant to your profile on the top of your resume. Now let's look at my resume. Now here is my resume, which I made in my third year for my placement season. As in most of the templates, we add our name in bold letters. So I have added in the similar way. Now in the right side of the resume, I added some relevant links of my profile, like my LinkedIn profile, my CodeChef profile, my GitHub profile, and my email ID. Now again, as I discussed earlier, add only those profile links over here which you think demonstrates the best work experience of yours. It could be your lead code profile links, it could be your portfolio link, your LinkedIn profile, anything which has which demonstrates the best version of your work. After this, I added the education part in my resume because I thought I have a decent enough CGPA to add my education part on the top. If you think you don't have that good CGPA, or your education section is not that strong, you can definitely add your education part at the bottom of your resume or after your experience or your projects. Now for the experience section, I had an experience of working in a startup, so I added it in my resume. But I get a lot of questions from people that if we don't have an experience of working here, then what should we add in our resume? So for third year students specifically who will be applying for an intern position, it is okay if you don't have any experience. Instead of experience, you can add good projects in your resume. That will be also fine. For those of you who will be applying for a full-time job, it will be good if you can add some experience, work experience in your profile, in your resume. But if you don't have any experience, then you can add few more good projects in your resume. That is, for example, if you ideally add 2 or 3 projects in your resume, then instead of that you could add 3 to 4 good projects in your resume. Now comes a very important tip for you all. Whenever you are trying to describe your project or your experience in your resume, do make pointers of things. Don't add your description like I have done this or something like that. Just add to the point things in your resume. One more thing, try to quantify your achievements as much as possible, because the numbers will help the employers understand the impact you had in your previous roles. So I have added numbers to quantify what I have done and what impact did it have. Now in projects, again, you might can have a lot of projects with you. You have to pick only those projects which you feel are really impactful and which are really good and could stand out from other applicants. Again, very important, adding relevant links of your projects in your resume. It could be your GitHub repository link, it could be your website link if you have hosted it somewhere. um, because the recruiters will love to see your actual work, right, if they are really interested in your profile. Now again, as I've said earlier, description of your projects or your experiences needs to be there in pointers, so I've added those things in my in pointers. Again, I've mentioned the projects. If I have made them on with team, I have mentioned it, so that if the recruiter would ask me about this project, then I could tell them that this was the part that I did in this project, other was done by the team. Now I have mentioned about my achievements. Some people might not have a lot of achievements, so they can add this section after their technical skills. I thought I have a quite good number of achievements, so I added them before that. Now, in the achievements also, I have quantified it with numbers, that how amongst how many applicants I was there, my rankings, because this will help the recruiter know that how I outstand from other people. Now, in the technical skills, you can add all the technologies that you are aware of. If you want to, if you have space, then you can add about your soft skills as well. If you don't have space, you can definitely skip this out. Now, in the position of responsibility, I have added about some mentorship that I have done. If you think you don't have those things, you can add your hobbies or your extracurricular achievements in this section. Your resume should be customized based on your personal achievements, your personal profile, rather than copying the things that others have mentioned in their resumes, right? There is no convention that you have to add something on the top or something at the bottom. Whatever you feel like is good in your profile, rank those things accordingly and start adding those things in your resume. Because again, your recruiter is going to look at your resume for very few seconds, so within those seconds they should be able to catch the X factor in your resume, so which could increase the chances of your resume getting shortlisted. Now, after analyzing my resume, let's move forward with the tips that you can follow to make a good resume. I think we have already covered few tips while analyzing my resume itself, but moving forward to some other tips. So one thing is adding some relevant key pointers in your resume. So there are some companies who use some ATS systems, that is application tracking system. So what they do is they pass your resume to that to that system, and the system looks for some keywords in your resume. If they find some relevant keywords related to a particular application, then the chances of getting your resume shortlisted becomes more. So again, a tip here, whenever you are applying for any application, then do check the application first, the description of the application, what they are actually requiring from you. Are they requiring a developer or a software engineering developer or a web developer? What skills they are wanting from you? And if you think you have those skills but you have not mentioned in your resume, then do add those things. It might help you in keyword shortlisting. And don't add things that you are not aware of. Don't add projects that you can't talk about, because your resume might get shortlisted, but if you don't have idea about those things, that's not gonna work out. So here comes a very important tip, which is working on your profile. By working on your profile, what do I mean? Uh, Making good projects. I know that doing DSA is really important. That's how you are going to crack the interview rounds. But try to take out some time from your schedule and try start working on some projects. It could be web development project, it could be ML project, it could be AI related project. Any project which fascinates you, try to work on them. And as soon as you'll make projects, your keywords will automatically come, because participate in a lot of hackathons. Even if you are not able to acquire any position in any hackathon, you can still mention about those hackathon experiences or about any rank that you got in any coding contest. So these are the things that will help you generate great keywords. I mentioned earlier, your resume is a reflection of your profile. So working on your profile is the biggest key of making a good resume. So work on your profile. So in this video I have discussed the importance of having good projects in your resume. If you want me to conduct a hands-on workshop of making a good project, where we'll be making a project from scratch to end, from building it to deploying it, comment down in the comment section of this video. If I'll get good number of requests from you guys, I'll be making a video where I'll be uh, giving you hands-on on making a project from scratch to end that you can add in your resume as well, which would be unique from common and basic projects that people add in their resumes. Do comment down in the comment section of this video. If I get a good number of requests, I'll be making it really soon. Again, if you like this video, do share it with your friends so that they can also get help from it. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.